closer. There he is.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
Hey, Chris, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. I wish, obviously, I were at American Airlines Center having watched you play a game against the Milwaukee Bucks yesterday, but that's not the situation that we're in. We're in some unique times right now. So I guess, as we have these 20 minutes to talk with the NBA Instagram followers that is all over the world, how are you feeling and from a health standpoint and just how are you coping with what is a unique situation that none of us have ever experienced?
I'm feeling good. Just doing my duties as everybody else, just staying at home and trying out new things and trying to keep myself busy. And it is what it is. The situation is tough, and what I'm making sure is that I'm staying at home and just doing what I'm supposed to. So.
In terms of staying fit, I'm sure that's what's on a lot of people's minds right now. Training facilities are closed. As we all know, gyms are closed here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area because of the shelter-in-place order. So what do you do as an NBA player to try to keep yourself in some semblance of basketball shape so whenever we do restart again, you're as close as you possibly can be to being ready to go?
Yeah, I try to do what I can. I have a little room with a lot of the stuff that I use to kind of stay in shape. Can I put the camera? I don't think I can. So I have a little weight room here.
Nice.
Some bike and stuff, so I can do some cardio, and I do a little bit of boxing. I try to work on my boxing skills too. So I have a little bag right here, a little basket over here too, so I can keep working on my game. So just trying to stay busy and stay in shape, and we don't know when we're gonna restart everything, so just making sure I do the max I can to stay in shape and stay ready.
Hey man, you're like me growing up. You have a Nerf hoop to shoot in.
Exactly. I think everybody had one of those when they were little.
So the Mavs have a great strength and conditioning training staff. Jeremy Holsopple, Jace Fredenberg, who you've worked with for a long time. Are those guys giving you tips and suggestions and laying out a plan for you to kind of help you navigate through this time from a fitness standpoint?
Yeah, of course. They made a plan for us. We have an app that we can go on, and we have the workouts there, and we could just we don't have to really do anything. We could just follow the workout and do our work, and they made it pretty simple for us. So I'm just doing what I'm supposed to.
Part of life as an NBA player and a very rewarding part of it, of course, is the relationships that you build with teammates and the camaraderie and being with each other, that is, day in, day out. That's gone right now. So how are you guys staying connected to one another?
Yeah, we have the group chat going on. We pretty much text each other daily and just joking around still. Everybody's bored, so I think everybody's just on their phones and talking to their family and talking to their friends and teammates and stuff. So, we try to stay in touch, everybody, and I think we're going to have a group call tonight as a team also. So I'm sure that will help us keep our spirits up.
Who's going to struggle with the technology on that? Who's the least tech savvy guy?
Probably Dirk, if he's going to be on the call also. We'll see, though. We'll see if he's going to connect with us.
All right, I've got some more questions for Dirk here in a minute, but I'm curious. A minute ago, you said you're doing other things. So I think we're all sort of exploring different avenues of our life right now. I like to cook, so I'm doing more of that. Are you doing anything from like a hobby standpoint that's kind of unique right now?
No, I'm kind of, I'm trying to build up the patience to read. That's been been something that I've had trouble with, but I think I'm getting better at reading books. I love boxing. I've always been a big fan of boxing and mixed martial arts, so I'm, keeping myself entertained and doing a little bit of that myself here at home. Just little things that I like, and I'm a YouTube guy, so I'm a lot on YouTube, just watching videos and stuff and learning new stuff and so on. So, as I said, just trying to keep myself busy.
What's the lure of boxing and MMA for you?
What's the lure? What does that mean? Like, why
what drew you to that? What makes you a fan of boxing and MMA?
I don't know. I've kind of always been a big fan of Mike Tyson. And now when actually yesterday I answered the question also on the Dallas Mavs Twitter, and also now with the with the MMA scene growing and Conor McGregor making it such a mainstream sport, I also became a big fan of MMA, and that's something I would love to work on also in the off season once I'm not playing, so we'll see. But I don't know when, but I've always kind of been interested in the combat sports.
Well, I'm sorry that I missed your chat on Twitter yesterday. I have to say that I find myself on social media less because I'm trying to kind of avoid the bad news. I don't know if you go through any emotions like that, but sometimes I just feel like at this point in time, it's better kind of to leave it away. So I'm sorry I missed your chat yesterday.
Maybe I'll forgive you, yeah.
All right, so, one of the things I think that we're all missing right now besides the NBA is if you love basketball, this is March Madness, and this is the time for that. And I know that that's something that's unique to you. Things are different in Europe. The college athletics scene is obviously something that's really unique to the United States. When you have watched it in the past and now that we're kind of missing it, and you think about like what it would have been like to play in that atmosphere and be recruited and what American college athletes go through, do you think that would have been a neat experience when you think about not having done that? How do you think that might have been if you'd had that opportunity?
I mean, from the stories that I hear, I always hear that college is like so fun. It's unbelievable, And,
yeah.
And I think that's definitely would have been an experience I would have loved to have, just to play in college and then go from college to the NBA if I had the opportunity. But I'm happy with the route that I took, and I think it also helped me prepare for this level, playing already professionally against grown men in Europe. So
Yeah.
I think that also helped me. So you never know how it would have went if I did go to college, but I think that definitely would have been a fun experience.
All right, so this is what I hope is an interesting question for you. As we're sitting here talking about you like boxing and MMA, you're trying to develop the patience to read, and again, getting into the whole idea of exploring what our lives are like without the most important thing from a career standpoint in it. Have you ever have you ever shared with anyone what interest you think you might have pursued in life if basketball wasn't your thing? I mean, would it have been another sport? Would you be a doctor? Would you be an engineer? I mean, what would Kristaps Porzingis be if he wasn't dominating on an NBA court?
That's a good question. I've thought about that, and I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm interested in. It's just I don't know if I have the talent or the capabilities of doing that. As I said, like boxing, MMA, I probably wouldn't be a great fighter, but that's something like if I was a different body type, whatever, that's probably something I would have loved to do. But outside of basketball, maybe outside of sport, I'm really interested into business and entrepreneurship. So that's something I probably would have studied much deeper and try to get a knowledge in that area.
Before things stopped in the NBA on March the 11th, you were playing some very, very good basketball. You won Western Conference Player of the Week, as a matter of fact. Now, you've told this to Derek Harper and I when we've interviewed you after games on Mavericks television broadcast about how influential and important Mavericks assistant coach God Shammgod, everybody knows Sham, but you've told us how important he was to helping you get back to the level that you're capable of playing at. Can you share with the viewers that are watching on Instagram today who aren't seeing your interviews with us on a Mavericks broadcast how important Sham was to you to getting you back to the level that you can play at this year?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Sham is obviously very important, and we put a lot of work in, and just to more, also adding new stuff, but also just getting back into the rhythm and the feel of a lot of my game already.
Yeah.
He has really helped me with that, and also him and other coaches. Also, Mose I've been watching film with Mose, me, Luka, and Mose. He's been helping us to get a better feel for each other on the floor and talk about things. And so yeah, I mean, shout out the whole coaching staff. They've been great. They've been helping us, grow as the year goes on, and we're in this situation right now, but hopefully we can get back to work soon and keep working and keep getting better.
Hard to believe it's been over a year now since you were traded to Dallas. I remember this time last year, the season was winding down. We were all kind of in the midst of our farewell to Dirk. As you look back on that, I know it was something that you didn't get a chance to play on the floor with Dirk, but you got to be there for the last days. As you reflect on that and knowing what Dirk meant to you as a player coming from Europe, when you think back to that time now, what are your really good memories about your time with Dirk last year?
Just his presence in the locker room and around the team. I mean, everybody loves him. Everybody did, and just to see his energy and see his passion still and motivation at that age, at that point of his career. He's ending the year still putting in the work before practice, and it was pretty crazy to see, actually. I mean, that just shows what type of person he is, what type of work ethic he had throughout his career, and that definitely gave me more motivation, more hunger to keep working and to kind of try to emulate things he done in his career to be such a great player.
The first time you guys met, was it at Basketball Without Borders in Africa?
I believe so. I mean, we probably played against each other before that, but that was probably our first chance my first chance to talk to him.
Talking about kind of the situation that we're in now, and I wanted to go back to the game that you guys won against Denver on March the 11th. As a broadcaster, that obviously was a very weird night and something that I'll never forget, and I'm sure the same for you. Now, that was the second night of a back-to-back. You weren't playing in that game, but you were on the bench. I assume you guys all found out. There's that footage of Mark Cuban seeing the text message or seeing the tweet, I think, that Scott Tomlin, our head of PR, showed him. What was it like down on the bench that night as you guys were trying to focus and play a game, but hearing the news that you were hearing about the temporary stoppage of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were all kind of in shock, and at that point we didn't realize at least I didn't realize the magnitude of this whole situation, and so it was kind of a shock, and then we realized, like, okay, the circumstances are what they are, and now what's the next move? What's the next thing we have to do? And that's it. And I mean, me as a player, I've done the most I can to stay safe, to do the things team wants me to do, and making sure I stay ready for whenever is the moment when we can finally get back on the court.
Interesting you bring up that concept of staying ready and doing what you're doing. So I do a podcast weekly for The Athletic, and last week we talked to a psychologist, and we tried to kind of put a little bit of a sports spin on it, but about dealing with this unique situation. And she said something I thought that was really interesting, that all of us can take a lesson from athletes right now, because as professional athletes, some of the things that you have to do are focus on goals. You have to be diligent about focusing on the things that you can control. And we're in a situation right now where there are so many things that are out of our control that you just have to focus on what you can control. And also that athletes are very good about dealing with disappointment, having a unique situation thrown at them, and then being able to bounce back from that. Do you agree with that line of thinking? Is there something that we can learn? And are there any thoughts or tips that you have to share with us about how we keep our heads straight during all this?
Yeah, I think that it is true. At least for myself, I think I've been through some tougher times. So I think whenever you go through that, you realize that it's not the end of the world, and you kind of you can straighten your head and put your thoughts in the right places, and it helps you. I already have kind of went through, for example, a tough injury like I did, and it helps me in a moment like this where I'm locked in a house and can't really do much, but it's something that it doesn't really drive me crazy, or I always try to find ways how I can make sure my head is in the right place, and this is no different. So just past experiences and making sure your head is in the right place, and making sure you're in contact with people. I think that's very important. Just socializing itself is important. So now when it's taken away from us, at least we have the technology to be able to call our parents, our friends, and on FaceTime and see them, or go on Instagram Live and talk to other people. So I think it's important to do the things that help you mentally to stay in the right path.
The other thing, too, from an athlete and being part of a professional sports organization is that the community looks to you in times like this. And I think it's been really cool to see how the Mavs organizationally led by Mark Cuban, have stepped up and been leaders in terms of, offering to make sure to pay the game night arena workers. And I know there have been donations for childcare for health workers, buying meals for people that are working at the mobile coronavirus testing centers. It's got to be so cool to see how you guys have stepped up organizationally and are doing everything you can. Even though you can't entertain the community with basketball, you're still supporting and using your platform and playing a vital role right now.
Yeah, I think it starts from the top, and I think we have a great leader in Mark, who's pushing all of this and who's making sure people around us are taken care of, and that's what he does, and I think that's why the city of Dallas love him so much, and I'm sure we'll keep doing good stuff for the people around the organization and in the city.
Chris, I know how important your time was in Spain, growing up as a young man, obviously playing professionally and getting your start there. We're going through tough times here. They're going through much tougher times there. Is there any message that you would have? I know we have a lot of fans watching in Spain. Is there any message that you would have to the folks there in this difficult time?
In Spain?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough situation, and I don't understand a lot about what's going on, but what I can say is it's important for people to just follow the guidelines, whatever people that understand this whole situation are telling you to do. That's what we should all do, and I think that's going to help us beat this situation or get past this situation as fast as possible. So for the people of Spain, stay strong and make sure you do the right thing.
Home obviously is the comforts of home probably matter a lot right now. Are you in touch with folks back in Latvia? How are things back home?
Yeah, of course. The situation in Latvia is pretty good. I'm making sure daily that mom and dad is good and just kind of away from people and making sure they stay safe, and that's it. We stay in touch every day. I miss my family, miss my parents, so hopefully I get to see him soon, but most importantly is that everybody is kind of staying safe and staying well.
Okay, speaking of Latvia, Chris, are you interested in, I'm trying out a game show concept. Mm-hmm. And so I want to run this by you. Would you be interested in playing the first ever edition of Name That Latvian?
Let's do it.
All right, we've got, I'm going to start out pretty easy on the first one. So let's see how you do here. And then depending on that, we'll find out what fabulous prize that you're going to win for your performance in Name That Latvian. All right, the first one. Again, we'll start out easy. This Latvian was drafted 11th in the NBA draft in 2004 by the Golden State Warriors. He played 10 seasons with Golden State and Utah, including leading the NBA in field goal percentage in 2007-2008.
Yeah, that's one of the first guys that kind of made the path for us Latvian players, and that's Andris Biedriņš.
Very good. First one. All right. Now we're going to get a little harder. This is still from sports, though. This National Hockey League goaltender played in the NHL from 1991 to 2004.
Artūrs Sirma.
Yes, yes. If this were Jeopardy, though, you're not supposed to jump in before Alex Trebek. He played for the Dallas Stars, as a matter of fact, and research tells me he led the NHL in saves one year with the Carolina Hurricanes. Mm-hmm. All right, 2 for 2. Question number 3 of the first ever world premiere of Name That Latvian. This Latvian footballer scored the only goal for Latvia in the Euros in 2004 against the Czech Republic. He's the leader in goals scored all time at the international level for Latvia with 29. At the club level, I would say that Celta Vigo in Spain is the biggest team that he played for. Who is this?
I'm trying to think if it's my friend, but I don't know if he played for I'm thinking it's Marius Verpakovskis.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That's my friend, good friend of mine. Yeah, he's the best Latvian player ever, I would say. All
right, 3 for 3. I knew you would come through for me and get the footballer right. I knew that would happen. Yeah. All right, now we're going to. This is a little hint. We're venturing away from sports. Number 4. I'm going to give you the name. Can you tell me who this person is of importance in Latvia? And then I hope I pronounce it right. Who is Rainars Kalpers?
Yeah, he's a lead singer for the most popular Latvian group, Brainstorm. So he's a superstar right there.
Nice. 4 for 4, dude. You're killing it.
Those are pretty easy. Latvia is small, so we know each other.
All right, number 5. Who is Krišjānis Kariņš?
Pronounce it again. Say it again, please.
Okay, Krišjānis, and his last name is spelled Karins. Kariņš.
I don't know who that is.
He took over as Prime Minister of Latvia in January of 2019.
Ooh, I have to read something about politics. I'm way behind. So.
Well, the good news is I'm going to give you a chance to make it 5 for 5 because I actually have prepared a bonus question for the first edition of Name That Latvian.
Okay.
Can you tell me who Jānis Strenga and Oskars Melbardis are? Can you tell me who those two people are?
Oh, I've heard those names. Are they athletes?
Yes, they are.
Are they how do you call that sport where you push the bobsleigh?
Yes, you got it.
Yes,
So those guys, they won the bronze medal in 2014 and 2018 in the Winter Olympics in the 2-man bobsled, and they were part of a 4-man gold medal winning bobsled team at the Sochi Olympics in 2014.
Yes, sir. We're the best bobsled players or athletes in the world from Latvia right here.
Congratulations, man. You went 5 for 5, getting the bonus question right and Name That Latvian.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Awesome job. All right, so we're probably going to wind things down. I know I asked you a little bit ago about Spain. The folks from NBA International wanted to know if you would also be willing to share a message of support for the fans in Spain. So let me ask it to you the proper way here. ¿Podrías mandar un mensaje de apoyo a tus fanáticos en España?
In Spanish?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Hey, your Spanish is pretty good too.
I'm learning. I'm working on it.
Sí, a ver, un saludo para todos mis fanáticos en España y en Latinoamérica. Espero que todo el mundo esté siguiendo a las reglas que hay que seguir para mejorar la situación la que está pasando en el mundo. Y bueno, un saludo a todo el mundo y gracias por el apoyo.
Chris, when it's time to start playing basketball again, what do you think you're most looking forward to?
Probably just playing at home, playing in front of our fans again, and just having fun out there. I feel like me and Luka were really getting into a good rhythm, playing with each other right before this whole thing happened, and hopefully we can get back to that as soon as possible.
Chris, you're a good dude for doing this, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
All right. Can't wait to see you again, my friend. Take care, buddy.
Yes,
stay safe. Stay healthy.
Bye. Take care.
All right. Kristaps Porzingis joining us on the NBA Instagram channel, and we thank all of you for watching and look forward to doing this again down the road. Thanks. Bye.